What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another episode of Josh's Review Corner. The last time we spoke, we finished out List Week by talking about our top 10 albums of the year. Prior to that, we had talked about our top 10 songs and top 5 EPs. At the beginning of that video, I mentioned how I was going to do an artist to look out for 2026 video where I talk about my 5 artists to watch out for in 2026, and this is what that video is now. Now, to talk about my criterion for how I picked these artists for 2026, I had to put some boundaries in place. So one of my first criterion for picking somebody to be on this list is you have to have under 2,000 monthly listeners on Spotify. So that's first criterion. If you have more than that, you can't be on the list. There are some people who came really close, and I'll mention those people at the beginning, but that's one of the criterion. You can't have more than 2,000 monthly listeners. Another criterion that I've come up with is you can't have more than 5,000 followers on Instagram. If you have more than 5,000 followers on Instagram or more than 2,000 monthly listeners, then you're not able to make that list. So with that being said, like I said just prior, there were some artists who came really close to making my list. One of those artists who came really close to making my list was Jxdy. Jxdy has under 2,000 monthly listeners on Spotify, but she has over 5,000 followers on Instagram. Really dope artist. I think she's going to kill it next year. I'm really excited to see what she does. I think her voice and her presence and delivery is so unique. Whenever I listen to secular rap, one of my favorite rappers was Jxdy, and something that I always loved about her was maybe she's not the most lyrical genius, but the way she came on the tracks was just so aggressive. It was so hungry. It was just perfect. I think Jxdy has something cooking in her bag, and so I'm excited to see what she does next year. So Jxdy is one of those people. Another one of those people is Mika. Mika is a really dope artist from New York. I mean, he can really do anything. He could do the reggaeton, he could do the rap, he could do boom bap, he could do whatever he chooses to do. But he falls right outside the threshold. I think he's got under the 5,000 followers on Instagram, but he has slightly over 2,000 monthly listeners currently on Spotify. So he's right there, but he's another dope guy to look out for in 2026. Now, with that being said, let's get into my 5 artists to watch out for in 2026. To kick it off, I am going to start with Mr. Yungxsauce of Heaven on Earth. Surprisingly, Yungxsauce has actually under 1,000 monthly listeners on Spotify. He also sits at right under 1,500 followers on Instagram. So he's not as well known as you would think he would be, but don't mistake the not being known part for the quality of music. This man this year didn't come out with much, but what he did come out with every single time it hit. The song Plot with 1K Chucho on production, insane banger, right? The song Walk, that song is one of my favorite songs of the year, Walk. Just an insane song. The way he performs it live is just crazy. And then obviously, if you watched my song of the year vid, my top song was To the Dust by Blaine Taylor featuring Yungxsauce. And he just he really does make that song. What he does on that beat switch is something that it's just impossible to quantify just how hard what he did on that was. And so I think Yungxsauce is an artist to look out for. And something I'll do for each of the artists is I'm going to mention what I would like to see out of the artist for 2026. So for me, for Yungxsauce, going into 2026, I would like to see him tap in more with that experimental trap sound. Honestly, really hone in with Blaine Taylor, and I would love to see a collab project with those guys where Blaine Taylor is doing the production and it's almost purely experimental trap stuff, and Yungxsauce is killing it. Yungxsauce has that, I love the way Akleso told it to me. He has a certain ferociousness. When you hear him on a beat, it's just very dark almost, but obviously he's speaking about light, but it's just the way he comes on, the delivery, everything about it is just so dark and gritty and grimy, and I just love everything about how he raps. And so would love to see him tap in with a Blaine Taylor or someone who does experimental production on the trap side and see what he cooks up for 2026. So Yungxsauce, one of my artists to watch for 2026. The next artist that I want us to watch out for in 2026 is Dede Valentino. Now, This is a guy who has under a 1,000 monthly listeners on Spotify. I also think he sits at under 5,000 followers on Instagram. He is someone that I was not privy to his music coming into the year. But man, he started making these tracks with one of my favorite producers, Austin Knoll, and that caught my attention with the songs Bye and Mayday. And after hearing those songs, I'm like, dude, this guy is cooking. Like, he is a great knack for songwriting, a great knack for melody, for hooks. Don't sleep on his lyrics either. He's got pretty good lyrics as well. And I really just think, like, even the ear for the beats, his production choices, like, that's going to take him so far. And so I just see, like, something crazy cooking for that guy. And I think the thing is, too, even though most of the stuff I heard from him is almost exclusively trap-based, I think he's got another bag in him. And that's really what I want to look at, like, what I would want to see from him in 2026. I would love for him to explore, like, a 2000s R&B bag. I think his voice is good enough, and I think his style is good enough to where he might be able to hit that bag. I don't know, but I would love to see him try it out and see how it sounds. And I just think even if he doesn't do that, he's going to still kill it in 2026. And he's definitely someone to look out for going into the next year. Another artist to look out for in 2026, I'm talking about Jxdy. Man, Jxdy, wait! I love Jxdy. This man is a Mr. Do-It-All. He produces his own music, he mixes his own music, and in addition to that, he raps and writes his own music. He came out with one of my favorite albums this past year with Pain Don't Last Forever. I thought this project was incredibly soulful. The storytelling was really personal. Some of the stuff is just so gut-wrenching to hear about the tragedy that's bestruck in his life so early on. He's such a young guy. But I love the way he presents it in his music and how he also has a knack a little bit for the songwriting, right? He's just really dang good at it. And, you know, I had known Jxdy even prior to this year in 2024 because he produced on one of my favorite songs off I'm Not a Rapper by Psy the Legend. And when I heard that, I didn't know he rapped. And then when I looked into his rap, it's like, oh, no, he can really rap. For 2026, this is another one of those guys I would really like to see him tap in to honestly like some experimental type bag, or even just continue to hone that storytelling. Like Pressure Makes Diamonds, I would like to see him tackle more production like that because it seems to fit his style so well. I mean, Fear No Evil is another one of those great examples that it just seems to fit his style, man. Those like crazy over the top drums, almost like that it's like not exactly ATL trap sound, like ATL new wave trap sound, but it's kind of got that vibe to it. I want to see him hit that sound again, or continue to fire at that sound. And if not that, something new to try out, maybe try out like an experimental bag. I think he could actually really do well in that. So Jxdy is another one of those artists to look out for in 2026. Another artist to look out for in 2026 is my guy Kid Prince. Man. I cannot speak of this man's good graces enough. This guy is the most underappreciated, underrated rapper in the scene by far. It blows my mind how good this dude is at rapping. Like when you hear him rap, he just makes it sound easy, bro. Like it's just stupid how easy he makes it sound. And to back that all up, he's got a crazy pen. He's got a crazy songwriting ability. You go check out a song like Uptown Regulations when the beat switches and he comes into that like chant vocal with Uptown Regulations, make the wrong move, end up in the same places like that, or end up in the wrong places. Like that level of songwriting. And also there's plenty of other songs he made this year that just have great hooks, like No Losses. The one joint with Austin Knoll. There was another joint, I can't remember. It's like his face, but the eyes are cut off with the album cover. Whatever that joint's called. Also insane song. This dude is just him. And for 2026, I just want to see him continue to kill it. I would love to see him tap into a jazz bag. You feel me? That's an inside joke. But it's also like, yeah, please do tap into the jazz bag. I think he would kill a jazz bag. But also, man, like if you're a producer, like I'm going to name 2 producers I really want to see him on a song for, because I think he would just murder it. I just think it's about getting the look. Like 350 and Robo 2K, if they produced a song for this dude, I swear he would kill. I swear like it would just unlock him in a whole different way. So would love to see him tap in with someone like that on the production end. This dude is literally the best. I think he's one of the top 5 best rappers in the space, no questions asked. And that's just off delivery and ability to rap alone, much less you take into account his pen. So love what I'm seeing out of Jeff. Continue to kill it into 2026. Yeah, just really great rapper, and just a really great person as well. So Kid Prince, another artist to look out for in 2026. And then for my final artist to look out for in 2026, I am talking about SV. Oh my goodness, SV. So I'm already going to come out the gate and say what I want to see more out of her in 2026. And that's like, dude, you got to release music. Like, you're too good at singing and making music to not be making music the way that you should. Like, okay, I've only heard one SV song ever, and that's because I can't find anything else on the streaming platforms. SV, put me onto the streaming platforms. I don't know how to find you on there. But like, the one song I heard, it was on a Curb live stream when I was reviewing music with Hanson. Dude, she is insane, actually. Like, her voice is so beautiful. It's so soulful. I loved how she approaches just like the songwriting process, and also like her lyrics and her hook ability is just insane. I just want to see her continue down that bag. I would also like to see SV tap into like an R&B bag, or just like, she really could do anything. Like, her voice is so good, it's so multifaceted, she could do anything. But I think she would really kill an R&B bag. So something I want to see out of her in 2026. First off, more consistency, more music in 2026. But also, I really want to see her tap into this R&B bag, because she can kill it. I really think she's like, she's one of those people, like, I think she's a star. But it's just like, does she believe in herself enough to make that music, man? Like, because I think if she does and she really takes hold of it, I think she has some crazy potential. So SV is one of those people I'm looking out for in 2026. Yeah, and that concludes my top 5 artists to look out for, to watch out for, in going into 2026. Who are you looking out for in 2026? Who do I need to be put on to? Let me know down in the comment section down below. Would love to go check them out. Would love to hear what you guys are thinking. Yeah. On the next video, I'm going to be talking about my artist of the year and be giving a top 5 there. And then that'll conclude all of our lists and topics for the rest of the year. And then we'll start out 2026 with a bang. And what I hope for next year is just more consistency out of me on the album review front, as well as incorporating more reaction style content as well. Guys, I love you. You guys have a blessed week. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.